Argos immediately renounced its alliance with Athens and joined the Spartans. Remarkably, Alcibiades came out relatively unscathed, and over the next 2 years he cooked up a convoluted scheme. It was here at this podium where he laid out his plan to the assembly.
Alcibiades' plan is lunatic. He wants to eventually empty the city of Athens, get a fleet. The final tally will be 200 ships, 40,000 men will sail 800 miles away and ostensibly attack a democracy that's bigger than themselves and is an ally of Sparta.
The target was Syracuse, located on the island of Sicily, an area of rich arable farmland and vast mineral resources. Nicias was adamantly opposed to the plan, but he was no match for the charming Alcibiades. Nicias argued that it was imprudent to attack Sicily with so many troubles at home. But when the votes favored Alcibiades, Nicias was forced into a risky gamble.
He says, look, Sicily's big and strong. We need a fantastic force if we're going to do it. And so his hope is that the Athenians will be scared off at the high cost of this and they'll stop. Well, instead, some wise guy, politician, pops up. He says, yeah, like what?
Nicias quickly realized his ploy had backfired, but it was too late. Athens, fueled by the fiery rhetoric of Alcibiades, was consumed by a lust for war.
And they finally pass everything that he asked for. And they turn it into a monstrous expedition, which the negative bottom line is, if you lose that, you're probably finished.
Alcibiades, however, saw it as a call to brilliance. He was thinking honor and glory, not defeat. But in a city rife with envy, his every move was suspect.
Just before the grand fleet is supposed to go off, a really nasty business happens. Various statues of the god Hermes are defaced all of a sudden all over the city all at once.
So the bottom line was a kind of a McCarthyism, a siege of McCarthyism happened in Athens, where people were arrested by the hundreds. Innocent people were turning stool pigeon, turning in their friends. They did it, he did it.
Enemies of Alcibiades spread rumors that he was to blame. So Alcibiades faced the serious charge of sacrilege. Outraged, he demanded a trial without delay while his popularity was at a peak. However, his accusers conspired to postpone the arraignment. They would try Alcibiades in absentia, after the armada set sail for Sicily. It would prove to be a decision with catastrophic consequences. In 415 BC, the Athenians prepared to launch an awesome armada of warships for the 800-mile voyage from Athens to Sicily. Under the dual command of Alcibiades and Nicias, the most costly force ever assembled was eager to conquer a land of abundant riches and eager to bring Sparta to its knees. But Alcibiades was operating under a veil of suspicion, accused of committing unspeakable acts against the god Hermes.
And so off sails a great fleet. But shortly thereafter, the Commission of Inquiry into Alcibiades and his nefarious activities turns up a guilty verdict, and an envoy is sent to recall Alcibiades to come back to Athens to face punishment.
The result of that recall is that Alcibiades has no intention of going back and placing his life in the hands of the Athenian assembly, which he knows is equal to a death sentence.
A victim of his own glory, Alcibiades chose to escape rather than face the judgment that awaited him. But only a man with the swagger of Alcibiades would dare try his next move.
He goes to Sparta. And now we have Alcibiades in Sparta. They accept him, of course, because he's a renegade Athenian who knows a lot and could